I'd like to thank you for seeing me today and sharing some of your experiences in relation to Freemasonry, how it's helped you in relation to your problem, and also the Masonic Charity for the benefit of other Masons and the Almoners in particular to use at our conference next week. And I know some of these are very personal and private, so really great for you sharing them with us so that it helps us. Thank you very much. So I'd like you just to give us a bit of the background, if you can, if you don't mind, what's happened to you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I inherited a liver and kidney disease. And 11 years ago, I had a kidney transplant. And following that, the steroids and the anti-rejection drugs gave me diabetes. And then the cysts were just way too painful. So it ended up meaning that I needed both my native kidneys removed, which I had done 5 or 6 years ago. And then unfortunately the anti-rejection drugs further then gave me lymphoma cancer, which I had once, and then it then came back within a year, came back and had it far worse. So I've had quite a lot of treatment, and I'm now on hopefully the road to recovery now.
And can you just give a little bit about your family background, in the sense of, and I think you're a 5th generation Freemason as well.
I am, yeah, 5th generation, yes, yeah. So so I'm married to Catherine, and I've got Harry, who's 17, and Tommy, who's 13.
Okay. And what effect did your illness have on you and your working situation or your financial situation as well?
So it came to pretty much an abrupt stop upon the. I knew something was wrong, but I had been misdiagnosed with having something else, but it wasn't cancer. And then it just getting worse and worse, and so I was really struggling with work and feeling really rough, not really knowing why. And then got diagnosed with cancer, and yeah, it kind of knocked me for 6. And the symptoms have been getting worse and worse. I couldn't eat, and I couldn't really drink hot or cold things either. So it was pretty bad. So I wasn't able to work then, unfortunately.
And the effect that had on the family?
Yeah, it was really bad. I suppose the initial thing was the panic about the cancer, and then my panic about the financial side of things. The fact that, so I'd been made redundant from the banking industry previously, and so I was doing a short-term contract job as an interim, and so that didn't come with any sick pay and other than state benefits. So I was in all-out panic, thinking, crikey, I don't know how I'm going to afford to live. And then applied for some help, some state benefits. So I had to have some help from the Big C to tell me what forms to fill in and what I was eligible for, which took about 6 weeks to get that appointment. And then we filled in all the paperwork and forms. Unfortunately, after months, I still didn't have any help because they lost the forms, and it was a bit of a bad situation. So we were burning through my emergency fund at a great speed, unfortunately.
And so it then led you on to getting some support from the Masonic Charity via Freemasonry. Are you able to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. So it was actually a friend of mine who's a Mason, and my father who's a Mason as well. I think they talked to each other, and it was my father that said, I think you can get some help. We might be able to. It's a bit of a dire situation here. I'm going to ask. And so he spoke to the Almoner. The Almoner then sent him through to have some more conversations. And before I knew it, my wife was involved, and they were kind of seeking some help, and kind of going from there, really.
And obviously they put you in contact with the Masonic Charitable Foundation.
Yes.
In London, the Freemasons Charity.
Yeah.
And what happened from then on?
Yeah, so my wife, she's very good with paperwork and forms and computers and things. So she kind of went through and she filled in some forms, spoke to some people along with my father, just to kind of evidence my situation. And then, we got an email and a phone call and said, that we would be given some financial support just to help us as a family in that situation.
And can you enlarge? I don't want to know figures, of course, but how that financial situation and perhaps counselling and other fees have been paid by the Masonic Charity Foundation, how they've helped you?
Yeah, so I thought I kind of had life sorted. I had a good job. My wife was working as well, and we had both boys in private school where my wife worked, and we thought we had life sorted, and I was on the road to recovery, and things were looking great. And then obviously the cancer came along, and unfortunately that turned everything upside down. And first thing I thought, well, okay, the emergency fund's not going to last that long with the boys in school, and Harry was about to do his GCSEs and things, so it's really quite critical. And then I started to think, crikey, we've got a mortgage, we've got food and electricity to pay for and things. So it was kind of all out panic, really, thinking I don't really know what to do. And yeah, I was getting iller and iller at the time. So I think that kind of passed off onto my wife as well. So yeah, we were in a pretty bad situation before.
And how has that the MCF helped you in the sense of the conclusion? What's happened to you?
So amazingly, they were able to help with both my boys' school fees to keep them in the same school, doing what they're doing and what they love. And they were able to financially help with an amount each month as well, just to kind of help cover some towards the mortgage and some basic bills and things like that as well. So to run alongside some state benefits. So it's meant that obviously we've had to rein everything right back in, but it's meant that we're not losing the house, the roof above our heads and things. And it's been, it means I can concentrate on recovery rather than all out panic thinking, oh my word, what am I going to do now?
And what impact has that had on the bigger family, the wife and the children and family as a whole? Yeah, so
it's meant, certainly my wife also had some support from a support chat thing as well. So certainly the latter part of last year when we were told that I probably wasn't going to be making it much longer. It threw her over the edge a little bit, and so she was in a situation where she did need to talk to somebody.
And it was you received some counselling by the MCF?
She did, yes, absolutely, yeah. And so that kind of helped her and supported her, and she's still got that to go back to still as well.
Good. And overall, what are your views on Masonry and the Masonic Charity and how that's going?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. As I was, in such a panic about household bills, and also, the boys are in such a, my son was doing his GCSEs, so he managed to finish his GCSEs, and subsequently he then wanted to do, so he's doing maths, economics and criminology, and criminology isn't available anywhere close to here, but it is in his school. So it meant that he could continue with that. And Tommy, when he was in a previous school, he was very, very quiet and withdrawn. And in this school, he's absolutely doing amazing. And so it was very important to try and keep them on that same normality that they were used to, and set them up to succeed.
Okay. And would you have a message to other Masons who might need help in what they should do?
Yeah, I think initially I found it quite an emotional thing to ask for support, but I think it's very important to ask for support. And I had a friend, and I say my father, who also kind of helped me with that. But I think it's always such an important thing to put your hand up and say, I'm sorry, I just need some help. I'm in a really, really difficult situation.
Okay. Matt, I'd like to just say again, thank you for taking part in this interview and contributing to our Almoners conference. Thank you.